dang. Yeah, it's about 10:30 on good old Saturday. Perfect sunny day. Not a cloud in the sky. You know what that means? Gotta make a trip to the mountain to redo the February time lapse from last year. You know, with the skewed angle. Man, we gotta get it right this month, or we're gonna have to wait another year to get it right. Because it's gonna be cloudy next weekend, which is the last weekend in February, but dang. Today has not gotten off to the right start. It really hasn't. I had to put air in both of the tires on the right hand side, and I blew a fuse, which is not good for us when it comes to our adventures in the near future. Because without the charger, without the bank, we can't go anywhere. Well, we can do a little bit when it comes to filming the monumental videos. But dang, I gotta make it to some place and try to find the right size. But I'm about to make it to some place later, really soon, before I go to Stone Mountain. I thought about going to that one spot up there to try to see if there's any more coral. Cause it's been almost 5 months since I've gone up there. Let's go ahead and make that little trip really quickly and just go around today since I'm limited. Now that I have to make it to the mountain. Well, dang. There's no way to get over there. Never seen this here before. Of course, that's definitely not going to be the last time I say that, and neither is it the first. Wonder what was dislodged from this location right here. I wonder if it's 300 million years old, or 100 million, or 67,000. Let me figure something else out. Well, dang. I said it right a long time ago. I did. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Even 6 months into the future, I knew exactly what was going to happen. So lucky that we've recovered what we could out here over the course of the last year, up until October. But dang, was I ever right about that prediction? It's all been covered up with sand now. No more exposed bedrock. Nothing like that. No more bottom. No more coral to be seen. And it's just going to continue to grow. The sand pile is going to continue to grow and get piled up as the floodwaters keep shoving it to the side. Man, did we ever make a good decision in that. Would have never been known. The truth would have never been known out here if this place was under an ocean. Either a salt or freshwater ocean. Millions of years ago. Hundreds of millions. Tens of millions. It takes a real scientist to figure that one out, though. All covered up in sand. This is the only reason I came up here today, is try to figure it out. To see if there was going to be anything out here. And we just got showed the door. We have been shown the door. The door has been closed. But the truth was already exposed within all my previous videos. Let me go ahead and head to the mountain. Maybe they'll clean it out for us a little bit later. But the mound is being built right here. And it's just going to pile on in over time. We got some things to talk about later. It's a lot quieter in this spot right here. Heck yeah. Beautiful Saturday though. Beautiful. A little bit cold. It's about 43 degrees right now. Waters are high. As you can already tell, we're not getting in the water at all today. Gotta stay dry. Just came out to look around. I think I figured out something last night in one of my dreams when I was lying in bed, having a great night's sleep. I think I discovered a different kind of truth out here when it comes to these guys right here. And I'm not just talking about the trees of life or anything like that, and the bushes and the flowers and the weeds and stuff like that. I'm talking about the universe itself. The life of the universe. And everything that exists within it. The drawing itself. But I had this idea last night. When it came to my hobby. Our little hobby. When it comes to recovery out here. All the little things that we come across. But we're always praying for the great things. The big things. The monumental things. But we always just find the puzzle pieces. That's it. Some pieces might be fully intact. Most are not. Dang. New subdivisions out here. What a shame in this. Well, they're still being constructed. But let me go ahead and tell you something about this dream that I had, this idea. When it comes to this hobby. I think I'm making a big mistake every time I go out in a different way. When I go out asking for it in real time and saying that I'm here now. Show me what needs to be recovered. The things out here that are just screaming to be remembered and collected and cherished and never be lost again, ever. If we can help that. So it gets held in a different kind of museum. A museum that allows them to be seen and remembered. But I'll tell you something about that dream. It's almost as if I discovered that I have to come out first and talk to them and tell them that I'll be coming back many times. And then I'll be looking to recover what needs to be recovered out here. Every last piece, intact or not. So maybe I got to go out to every single place that I have permission to get out on. And tell them that I'm always coming back. That I desire to recover the perfect things that is. No matter what it is. A shard of metal. A piece of crockery. Stoneware. Colonial time stuff. Artifacts of human existence. Perfect or not. Tell them to stick it out for us. To move it around. To expose it. And tell them ahead of time that I'm coming back. I think that's where I went wrong. In the course of the last 5 years. I think that's possibly where I went wrong. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, but DaVinci, hey man, out of all the times you've gone out, you have so many monumental days. You did. But what if I said something beforehand that allowed those days and recoveries to happen? And I didn't even know it. That I did something special. That I might have said something special. And I didn't even know it. But then there are many times that I went out and found next to nothing at all. Expecting the best. I'll try that. Maybe I'll go around the next couple of weekends or something like that. Just drive around to my little hot spots and stand out there. Not even look around. Just stand out there like I am right now. And tell them I'm coming back. And I desire to find the most monumental things they have to offer out here. Over time, that is. The trick is, I've kind of already knew this though. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen right then and there. You have to allow them time. You got to give them time. But I already knew that though. Maybe the answer is going to be in 2022. Maybe the answer is going to be in the things that I say ahead of time, before I come back out. Let me say that right now. For this location, that is. When I do come back, many times over the course of the next 11 months, I desire to recover the most significant out here. A wish is said. A wish is done. Let's see what happens later. Always got to start somewhere, right? And this is definitely a good place to start. Kind of already expected. Just as bad as a weekday. Dang, look at the crap on the other side. Check that thing out. Welcome to Saturday on 285. Well, there was a bad accident on the other side. I know exactly how it happened. It's how all the accidents happen out here. Erratic driving. It's the only thing that causes the accidents out here. People driving erratically, causing other people to crash. Well, driving erratically and playing with the phone at the same time. I bet it's a 9-mile backup. gotta be kidding me. Why is that even necessary? Come on, man. But I know why.
Because they like it.
Hello. Hey, I'd like to renew my yearly pass. Thank you. Absolutely. Thanks. Another year at the mountain. Thank you, ma'am. See you later. Perfect. Look at what we get to enjoy for another year. Hope I'm not driving too slow. Another year at the mountain. Uh-oh, cops. Let's see if I can get this time lapse straight for the month of February. Looks like we got some wetness on the mountain. It did storm for about an hour and a half on Thursday night. Which means the waters are still going to be flowing. Welcome back to Stud. More cops. Dang, look at the glistening off the side of the mountain. Places I've been to before on that side. Not doing that kind of stuff today. Gotta save it for the don't say a word. Don't say dry season. Just say when it dries off a little bit. This doesn't look too good for us. I think the main parking lot, the walk-up parking lot, was full. Well, it's not that I went in there, it's just the vehicles in front of me stopped. And they looked in there and they just stopped for like 30 seconds. Holding up traffic. And I bet their secondary decision is going to be the parking lot I need to get into. I'm not going to say it's not fun driving around the mountain. It's just not fun driving around the mountain at 20 miles an hour. Because it takes you about 30 minutes to get around. I bet that parking lot is going to be packed down here. Man. Beautiful day today though. Most definitely. Look, he's picking up the garbage. There's parking spaces available. Perfect. Heck yes. Let me try to park close to a garbage can because you know I always try to pick up the garbage. There we go. Dang Skippy. go ahead and take this one off for the year and add it to the sentimental pile of the many great years at the mountain so far. But 2022 is definitely going to be a different one. Really. Talk about a blessed one coming up. Why is that going to be? Because I have many plans for this place. I do. There's a lot of things I'll be looking for on the mountain. No, I'm not talking about artifacts you can't look at here. It's a major federal crime. Yeah. Gotta follow the rules. But there's something else I gotta look for on the mountain. It's been a good time this year. Gonna be walking around, spending a lot of time at the mountain, on the mountain. Not necessarily around the mountain, but I'm talking about being on the mountain. Exploring in a different way. I made some perfect discoveries in 2021. And 2022 is going to allow us to see even more, because I know what to look for. And I know how to see them. I'll talk about that later. Let me go ahead and add the other sticker. There's a void on the windshield that needs to be filled. You know what? There's something I'm forgetting to do right here. Cover up the ID number. You know, I could be probably one of the world's best investigators. Gotta cover up the ID number. Every time I do a windshield recording or something like that, I gotta zoom into the horizon so the numbers aren't shown. Because I know many things about how you can figure out a code to find a face. Let me go ahead and cover up this thing on the backside so I can get a full frontal recordings on the windshield from now on. Glad I thought about this. Glad I have the Sharpie. You know, I recovered it for a reason, but not just one. Dang, that's definitely more like it. Should have done this in the past so I can get better driving videos. All covered up. The secret is hidden. Let me go ahead and add this thing to the windshield. "2021 at the mountain is in the books. 2022 at the mountain has just begun. Doesn't begin until you put the sticker on the windshield. Orange this year. Cool. We'll talk about that later. Won't even focus. I guess because the code has been marked off. It's been hidden. Maybe the lighting isn't right. But let's pray for a monumental 2022 at the mountain. More time to enjoy out here. More things to see. And more things to listen to. It's been a while since I got here this early, but it's about 2:30. It is. Not like it's 10:09 in the morning. Paw. Usually in 2021 I was on a time crunch. Come here at the last minute to get the time lapse. It seems like that's what 2021 ended up being. was just to use the mountain at the last minute, which was a no-no. Should have spent more good times at the mountain in 2021. That's why I got to turn a new leaf this year and beyond. Got to pay respects to the mountain. Like I told you, there's something about all the nature that has developed out here on this ball called Earth. I don't know why I didn't spend that many days at the mountain. Not many adventures on the mountain in 2021. I don't know what happened. Should have spent more time out here. Get more nice videos, nice recordings, nice experiences. I mean, look at this. And the makeup isn't even starting to grow back yet. They haven't started placing the makeup back on. But I'm glad I got a new pass for this year. Getting something new like that continues on, even though it's got an expiration date. Getting something like that is almost like a new lease on life. There's something about that emotion of it, about getting something like that. It's almost like a new lease on life. Makes me feel better every time I get something that's been renewed. It's almost like it never ends, even though it's got an expiration date on it. I wonder if people have been clearing away the land to look for artifacts out here. There were a few spots on that side of the hill. It's like people have been wrecking them down when I came out here during daylight about a year ago. I just had a thought about something though. When it comes to the humans out here, I wonder if Native Americans, the ones that are still around, I wonder if they are exempt from the laws of today when it comes to looking for the history. If I was the president of the United States, I would change that, any laws, to make them exempt, so they can have full reign to go find what the ancestors left behind. That would be a wonderful thing, wouldn't it? Definitely be a wonderful thing. Don't worry if this is going to be a long video. Still got to get the time lapse in. Got the battery charger ready to go. Dang, that's pretty right there. Beautiful. Look at the green. The moss. Yeah, but maybe I need to research that. Maybe the Native Americans are exempt from the laws of today. I don't know. I'm probably terribly wrong. They probably are not. We need to show them respect and allow them to go find what needs to be found. At least give something back. Yeah, cool. Dang. Gotta look at everything. At least it warmed up a little bit. New lease on life. New lease on the year at the mountain. I'm trying to get to this one spot up here though. I think I made a wrong turn. Well, out here, nothing's a wrong turn. Take that back. I just made another right turn. A different turn. I think I need to be on this trail right here. I'm trying to get back to where that water fountain is. To that one spot when I did that 25 miles around the mountain. A little challenge of mine. When I was walking up there and I sat on that bench up there by that water fountain. That's a little bit off the trails. And someone chimed in and said that they're a ghost. We're a ghost. During that nice 93-degree September day. One of many hundreds of monumental EVPs that the human race has got to open up their ears to hear. If you choose to. Nothing to be afraid about. They're always here. They've always been here. And they'll continue to be here. We're a ghost. Got to make it to that spot to let them know that I heard them. But I don't know if they're going to be out. Right next to the creek. Perfect spot. Should be able to live at least another 300 years. Somebody's running up the trail. Hey. Beautiful day today. Absolutely stunning. Watched somebody chime in on the audio and said, "You love me." Of course I do. Almighty. Now watch them say, "Bring me back on my rocks." So glad I got to the mountain today. Can't afford to be slipping and falling. Where's that place at though? It's been a while since I've been up here. Oh yeah, just followed up to the left. Maybe I cut up the woods. I think that's what I did. I don't think there's a trail that cuts back there. I think I had to cut through the woods. And I just ended up there. Glorious times out here, really. There's another white oak that's probably 117 years old. I was wondering about certain things when it comes to nature, though. I'm still trying to understand things. I've been into this paranormal stuff since the day I was born. Don't want to leave here again until I figure out the truth about it all. I guess that's why you're always puzzled about my videos. Saying about Da Vinci, you never believed in that kind of stuff before. Maybe they granted me the time to come back so I can figure it all out by using today's technologies. Technologies of today. trying to prove it all, figure it all out. Oh man, no, what the heck? Maybe, no, this one was an older one right here. Oh dang. Maple? Well, can't take pictures of that one. Man, probably one of the oldest ones around the mountain. That's too high to be chest high. Gotta remember that video that I made in one of my river videos. Someone said respect dying earth. Respect dying earth. I definitely gotta upload my videos to try to help things out, make things better. If I don't upload my videos, who knows what's going to happen if I don't do it. I'm trying to stay confident that my videos are going to do more help than harm. But as they always said in the videos, something begins with me. It could be a lot of things. Wonder if someone said, help it. Like they do all the time. Help it. This was a large tree. Humongous. Can't tell if it was a white oak or if it was a maple. Look at the base though. Base foundation. Don't tell me someone threw garbage in here. I don't want to say respect dying earth. I don't ever want to say that. I prayed to them out here in heaven, a while back. After I heard the audio, I was in a different location. I said, take that back. You need to say something more positive from now on. Don't say respect dying earth. Yes, I'll respect it, but you have to take it back and say respect living earth. Don't ever say that the earth is dying. I'm trying to get to this piece of garbage down here. Don't want to be judged off the map. Respect living earth. I wonder who said that though. Probably one of the Native American souls out there by that farmland out there that I was sitting next to on my kayak. It's possibly what I think it was. Probably one of them. The kings out there that still live in the land, that are part of it. They had become one with the land, with their soul. I tell you, those Native Americans taught me a lot in the videos. The ones that you never see. But I was wondering about that too. When they said, your faces forget our faces. Let's hope that's never going to be the case. Ever. If I can get these videos uploaded, maybe that'll change. Oh yeah, it went down because it was rotting out. Your faces forget our faces. But that could have been also the faces of nature. The many faces of, the Almighty. Many faces of the laws out here. All over the living earth. But since a lot of natives, it's possible that they knew exactly what the God is. And I've just been capturing in the videos. Maybe they're the ones who've been captured by God in a different way, holding on to the ones that know, so they can help tell the truth. Maybe they're the ones who I'm always getting in the videos, the audio and stuff like that. But I'm not saying that it's only the Native Americans that know, or that knew. Let's just say at a certain time in history, before a certain time in history, every developing society, culture, before certain times in history, already knew who the God was, the Almighty Living God. I'm trying to get down to the answers and the truth. It's almost like I'm spending this life trying to figure it out. We're getting closer to that spot. Why am I going so slow? Because I have to look at everything. That's crazy. Balance. Maybe somebody did that. Yes, we're getting there. Here we are. We're getting closer. All it takes is a little bit of time to find truth. But I was hoping I could spend the rest of this life doing more than trying to record a video. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is it. I sat down here, right here. Oh, good, a garbage can. Perfect. I got a small garbage bag on me so I can pick up the garbage off on the mountain. Gotta be careful with the tripod. Can't mess up the setting. Dang. But I was sitting right here taking a break. I can't remember if I was on this. Yeah, I was on this side right here. There's the bench, there's the road, there's the water fountain, the main drag. Right there, there's the railroad. The old railroad right there. The one that's not in use anymore. I was sitting right here and I was talking, doing my thing, and someone said, "We're a ghost. We're a ghost." Right here in this spot, right here. I'm going to tell them. We will always tell them that we love them. Always will. We're a ghost. I heard you a couple of years ago in September. I heard you. I just wanted to let you know that I heard you. You know, I never really believed in ghosts until I kept hearing the word. It's always a terrible thing to be forgotten. It's one of my main fears in life is to be forgotten. Got to do things to keep your life going in a different way. The memory of your life. Do something monumental. Even if it's not monumental, just do something. At least you're doing. Even if it may seem like a waste of time. It's really not a waste of time as long as you're doing. But this one spot right here, I heard you. I heard you in that video. We're a ghost. Thank you for saying that. You're teaching me the truth about what happens after we're gone. But I had this idea about the famous faces out here. All the faces. that no one ever sees. Hadn't thought about this before. As long as a body has a face, like a human body, does a soul stick around as long as that face still exists? In other words, your facial features, what you looked like in a past life. And until that body is wasted away, until the body has degraded away back to, the land. Only until then can you return. Can the soul be reborn into another body? Be granted another life. Because your face is no more. Your face is unrecognizable. You don't have one anymore. I thought about that when I was doing my writings about a month ago. Trying to figure out what is it about coming back. Being granted the time to come back. Does it just happen by accident? But the ones that tell us that they're a ghost, I don't know of how old they are. How old they were. If their body still has a face that is recognizable to come back to. It might be possible that the worst thing you could ever do would be to put a face on a grave, like those porcelain pictures. I like looking at those, I do, to see what one's life was before in their body. But it's a recognizable face that they have to come back to. It's just a memory of that they have about themselves. I don't know though, I gotta figure it out. I'm definitely on track though. It's possible that I've already figured it out. But I'm not gonna stop until I figure out if we just keep coming back. Due to something that we did. But why are some not coming back? Like Hardy Ivy. I don't know why he's not back yet. I don't know. I'm praying that we're able to come back. I'm hoping that I'm living proof. I'm praying that I'm living proof. For real though. But Hardy Ivy's been gone a very long time. And he's probably buried in a box that has degraded away with time. So badly that his face is terribly unrecognizable. But that's what has me worried. There's something else that I thought about within my notes that I wrote down in my notes. And this is going to really get you. When I talk about this, this might be the answer. This might be the answer to what I'm looking for as far as the truth goes. What if it has to do with your own genes? Like when you keep passing your genes on to live in a different body. You know, siblings, kids, all that kind of thing, grandkids, great-grandkids. Excuse my sinuses. Great-grandkids. Everybody who exists now, that's a part of somebody else. Until that line ceases to exist, can you come back? Like for instance, what if you don't ever have any kids? What if you don't? But you have brothers and sisters. But you're not the one who gave life. You didn't allow life to continue due to your own giving. the transferring of your own genes and stuff like that. Your own makeup. Your own life. But definitely not your own soul. What if you don't have any kids? What if you never did? What if that's the trick? What if that's the truth? Every single part of the line of the family tree, the line of the map, a single road map, one single road. What if it's got to come to an end in order for you to come back? The one who started it off. I don't know. Almost forgot something as I was walking away. Thank you for saying what you said. I now know that you are a ghost, but I don't know who you are. I'll have to figure it out later. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being around. Thanks for helping me realize that there is everlasting life. Can't touch it. It's a felony. I was going to try to pick it back up to see if I can help a girl again. Maybe I can still do that. But dang, I was thinking about something though. What is it about the humans though? I don't understand what it is about the humans. Is every bit of life transitional? Like we're always looking for the transitional paleo. What if life is always transitional? You have to go through different steps of life, different forms of life, to reach that apex of being a certain entity. To make it to like the major leagues. And being human is like making it to the major leagues. It's almost like that's the final step. And then we're judged based off our own free will. The things that we do. I remember this one time I was in one of the forests talking about the ancient tree of life that was pulled down during a windstorm. And someone said they grow up here. When I was talking about the cherubs, they said mischief. They like mischief. They do. Sometimes you die, sometimes you don't. due to their mischief. But when I was out there at one time, someone said a random comment, someone said they grow up here. I don't know if they were talking about the trees or if they were talking about humans. Like they were talking to each other out there, but talking about me as being a human being that grows up here. Maybe it's backwards. Maybe we start off being human. And then the transition of being good is everlasting life out here. So therefore we have to keep the life going and alive. So we can live forever. In the universe, that is. I'm a big believer that there's many of these places out in what you call space. The endless universe. It's possible that there's only 16 though, within the perfect sacred geometry. The three-dimensional universe. It's possible there's only 16. But that time they said they grow up here. Had me start to think about something else though. About the transition of life, the levels of life that we have to go through. But if you're human once, how do you come back to be human again? Maybe maybe you have to skip different steps. Maybe you just keep coming back as what you're chosen to come back as. I don't know that either. Maybe I do. I just gotta find it again. Don't step on the roots. Dang. Gotta figure it all out. World would be a different place if I was able to do that. Endless cycle of life that the soul has got to latch on to, be a part of, deep inside. I'm headed back to the Vinci vehicle. I'm going to drop off the gallon. It's a bit too much to carry, even though it's, water. Besides, I just guzzled a whole bunch before I even left the vehicle. Yeah. Beautiful day. Nothing like coming out to chill. Very nice indeed. At least I don't have to go too far to drop it off. Toss it back in the vehicle. Just take a few swigs before I lock her up. Yeah, it's not too much longer before sunset. It's about 3:29. Why do I always do that though? Why does everything always got to be exact? Why don't I just say 3:30? Uh-oh. Thanks for helping me to see it. Ain't nothing like cleaning up heaven. you enjoy my little Stone Mountain videos. I know they're not much. Oh dang, what should I do about this? That's a nice item. Nice little collection for the stash. Tucker Tigers. Yeah, their little small baseball field that's like arena baseball. That's where I got the original idea for arena baseball. Their baseball field. It's got a humongous net like a golf driving range. And artificial turf. I don't know if someone's going to come back to try to look for that. I think I'll just go ahead and collect it. Yeah, Tucker baseball field. You ever played baseball in that field before? Well, it wasn't high school when I played. It was like one of those little semi-pro things that was going on, like a tournament. And I laughed my butt off when I got to the field. I said, boys, this is going to be a fun game. Get ready for those balls to the chest. And that's exactly what happened. I was playing right field. And we were playing this, probably one of the top teams in the league. And the guy who was playing center got hit in the chest with the ball so hard, we all started running towards him like he was about to fall out. What happened was that our pitcher at the time, he threw pretty decently, but he had a hanging curveball every time. But he had a pretty good moving fastball. Fastball, good movement on it. And one of the players on the other team cranked one of his curveballs, one of his famous hanging curveballs, cranked it right up the middle on one bounce to the center fielder. That thing got up on him so quickly, it totally missed the glove. It just went right into his chest. And all you heard was this loud thud. I was like, yeah, okay. Arena baseball's in the works. You know what time it is. Time to walk around the mountain. Well, you know, around the side of the mountain. It's almost like deja vu. Exactly a year ago. About to say what I said last month about this time when I redid January's time lapse, sunset time lapse. Gotta get the angle absolutely perfect. No tilt in the horizon. But maybe that wasn't me who caused it last time. I still gotta do some angle tests though. Some testing of the angles. To see if it matches up with a couple of geometries and a couple of angles and a couple of paintings. To see if it was actually me who did that by accident. Or if it's something else, someone else intervened to try to keep getting me to do things. Like I gotta take a, there's people taking pictures. Da Vinci style. Hold on. I'm going over here to take a look at something with the water the way it is. I'm not going to really complain about the gravel though. I know it's granite gravel that they mined around the mountain, but it's got a certain effect within the streams and the water around here. It looks very clean when they do that though. But all rocks and hard materials are clean when it comes from nature, when it's developed out here with time. Great place to chill in the summertime. That's why the kids like to play in the water out here. So many nice images over the past 5 years I've taken out here. It shall continue this year for real though. See if I can get a few thousand in, as opposed to last year's mishaps. I don't know what happened though. I don't. Maybe I was just working too much at the day job. And I was very limited to the time that I had to do anything. I bet that's possibly it. That's got to be the truth right there, because I would have definitely done a lot more than I did last year. All over the place. At least the people are out today. Got to go around the best I can. Dang, look at that. Sun is at the perfect angle. In the summertime, it wouldn't look like this because of the leaves on the trees. There's always a perfect time in every season. Always. Trying to get my feet wet. Told you I wasn't getting the feet wet. And once again, here we are. It's going to be another challenge to try to get up on this thing today. Not a cloud in the sky. Got to figure out the best route. Looks like somebody trying to make something. I can tell when something's completely man-made in a heartbeat. That's why 2022 is going to be a very monumental year in the mountain. I'm going to be trying to spend a lot of time out here, looking around in a different way. I already know what exists out here. We just have to find it. Every single line. Every single manipulation. But I have to decide which one's human and which one's nature. It's almost like it's a different kind of surveying. Gotta look at everything like I'm looking at it from like in a microscope. Under a microscope. And I mean look at everything. believe I'm going to spend the entire summer, not the entire summer, talk about getting your money's worth if I did that. But I spent a lot of time this year looking for some things. You already know what I'm getting at. Over the course of the last few months, I've just been gradually noticing them. I can see them a mile away. But I have to look at everything in every perspective, every angle. That I can, in hopes that they're still around. Different kind of optical illusion. Oh, crap. Whatever it is I'm in search for on the mountain. Let's hope we really find it this year. Really though. Every curve, every line. I gotta figure out if it's the laws of nature tracing out the face of man, or if it's man who's creating their own face in the mountain. Beautiful scene right here. Look at that. Dang. Just right. Like the meadow. Someone else is following me. A lady with her kid. And they're in the danger zone up in here. I'm not really here to look for any kind of side profiles or faces on the mountain at the moment. Carved into the mountain. Created within the mountain. I'm just here to talk a little bit and get ready for the time lapse. I don't have time at the moment to look for those things. It's going to take a long time to see them. That's what's going to take a long time though. But why is it going to take a long time to see them? Because I told you this in one of the videos a while back. On how they could probably only be seen at certain times. It's got to be within a certain window of the day, of it, like different seasons. Maybe it's got to be 6:09 in August to see something right here, but you can't see it anywhere else. You can't see it at another time, except for only that time. I just have to come to the mountain and just walk back and forth around the entire mountain. Almost like I have to walk for eternity in order to see it. Morning, day and night. Who knows what we're going to find, what we're going to see. tell you one thing though. Any kind of entity out here knows for a fact that I'm the one who could see them. Thus, I think it'll be easier for me to just keep on coming out. Because they know I'm going to see them. Sorry about the wind gust. Heck is that? Oil on the mountain. That's going to fill up the entire bag. Dang it. Man. I guess that's why they got me to carry the bag. Let's put one thing in. Filled up almost the entire bag with that thing right there. It's so big, it's almost as if that's the bag itself. And I gotta go backwards and just put the plastic bag inside the container. And everything else I do find, just break it up and toss into the plastic container. So I always thought about things when it comes to the scale of many things in life. Especially when it's empty on the inside. There's no more treasure left inside of it. Or it was non-existent. But the treasure itself was always on the outside. Itself was the treasure. Yeah. Even knowledge is a treasure, most definitely. Look, see, wildlife is eating on that. That's not good. You people out there are going to say, but eventually you're in park space. You're not even able to pick up the garbage. You're not allowed to. It disrupts the archaeological record. Yeah, I know the laws. I do. I know all the laws when it comes to stuff like that. You have to do your research before you even attempt to leave the house. Make phone calls, everything else. But think about this. You made a flaw in your designs and your concepts of time. Your concepts of modern ingenuity and stuff like that. The things you developed in the past, you kind of did it wrong. There's definitely truth in that. Like these bottles and these bags are meant to be biodegradable to an extent, right? So think about it. There's so many times I've gone up and found many places out there in heaven and came across random things that are plastic because they cannot stay in plastic out here. They can't. told you that before. They can deal with the stuff that nature created, that they can claim back and authorize it, manipulate it artistically. But there's something that you created that's a flaw when it comes to biodegradable. You try to pick up some old Solo cups, Soho, whatever you call it, Solo cups, and other plastic things. They break off the second you even touch them. They break apart into smaller and smaller pieces of the puzzle, where you have to try to put it together and spend your tax dollars, spend your precious time trying to figure out what it was, the truth behind it. So what am I trying to say about this stuff right here? The way you designed it to be biodegradable. So it degrades away with time, within nature. So it doesn't harm it, or it's unrecognizable. But then you tell us, the human race, you cannot pick up garbage on park space because it disrupts the archaeological record. But what use is it for the archaeological record if it breaks up so much it's unrecognizable and it turns into nothing at all? Should have stuck with the glass, the harder objects, like when I'm watching those bottle dump videos that people make when they're going up through New England, Boston, Massachusetts, looking for old bottle dumps that date back to like the 1600s. And they find things that are fully intact, mostly, because they're made of a hard object. Stoneware, sand, clay materials, glass, maybe sometimes even metal. Depends on what type it is, though. Someone just say right? Maybe they said left. Maybe they said right because what I was saying was right. Got to keep looking down. There might be a side profile waiting to be noticed for the first time in 6,211 years. That is if you didn't blast it off the mountain. Who knows what you might have erased out here with your mining processes of the granite. Who knows how many faces were blasted off the mountain. Heck, you know what? Who knows how many faces are hidden under slabs of polished granite in the buildings that you built and designed. Just a thought. But I'm not only going to be looking for the faces on the mountain. I'm going to be looking for other things. Carvings. Finger pointer carvings. Arrows. Hand signals. Carvings of human beings. Fish. That's another one too. Animals, not just the human face. Carvings of birds, Maybe a lost language. Something that's so abstract that it just looks like a bunch of lines. Definitely going to take a lot of time in that. Looks like I have some time to find that one flower of life petal. The eye. The all-seeing eye. It's perfectly curved. Just like that. But that's not it. It's in the vicinity of this location though. Been looking for it for the past 10 minutes. But this thing right here, you talk about, could be a human figure right here. Sorry about the wind gust. I know you're going to say, but Vince, you're full of crap. That's not a human figure. But my eyes see something that could be. You got the head right there. You got the right shoulder. You got the left shoulder right here. All you have to do now is come up here with some spray paint and spray a smiley face on it. Then all will be able to see it. As long as the lines and geometries match up, you can get that idea that it could be. I noticed it when I was coming down through here at this angle. I saw what looked like a human figure. But right now I gotta track down the eye. You already know where I am. Where I go every time I come here. How's it going? Got a couple of donations, if you don't mind. But of course you don't. Paul, I'm in the foundation. It's always nice to come back and see you every time. Let me keep exploring. It's weird. Why am I always asking for permission to do anything? I don't know if you picked up on that in my videos. I just noticed that going through some old videos. Well, not old ones, but as I'm making them. I always end up saying like, let me do this, let me do that. I don't know if I need to stop that or not, because it's not making any sense. Why would I ask the viewers to let me continue doing something? Let me keep going. Let me start on something else. Let me do this, let me do that. Before I end this section of the video. Let me. Maybe I need to stop saying that. But why am I saying it? All those times coming out, never even saw it. Looks like I gotta make a detour and go backwards again. I bet they will definitely like that one. I'll tell you what, Angel Tree, I don't know what's going to take for them to notice you. I don't know if it's going to take them to notice the perfect triangles at the bottom, to realize that there's something deeper they need to take a look at. If they allow them to see you, if they notice these. Or maybe, is it going to take them to notice you, to realize that there's something that they need to take a deeper look at? And then notice these. It can go either or. Thank the Lord for that. Still got about 2.5 hours before full sunset. About 2 hours before I have to start setting up. But one thing that gets me about all this out here, I see this quite a bit in nature. I always want to know how different pieces of nature always end up right in the middle of something that represents the geometries of an eye. You're going to say, but Da Vinci, you did that. Sorry about the wind gust. Dang, it's windy out here. Look at that. I'm about to be blown off the mountain. Shut your mouth. About to be pushed off the mountain. Rephrase that. Yeah, but I was looking at this angle right here. I see this quite a bit where something always ends up in the middle of something else. Like that. Weird how that little piece of granite is right in the middle of that perfect. Let me take a picture of it though. I can't see the screen. Yeah. Oop, my bad. Making these videos more amateur than you could ever believe. There's another one that I noticed. I see this all the time. It doesn't look like it there, but I saw it at a different angle. Like the middle of an eye, with a curve and all. But I have great news. After 33 minutes of looking, 33 minutes of looking for that broken off piece of granite. Dang. Real close to where I set up, right over here. And it was right under my nose the entire time. Looks like the wind is going to be relentless the rest of the day. Let me go ahead and charge the battery. I'm trying to get some cool pictures of all this moss and stuff like that. Because the light's at the perfect angle. In a different way, that is. Very nice indeed. Look at that. Looks like I'm going to have to get in closer. Very carefully, that is. Probably just go around. Gotta get that little angle though. I just thought of something a few minutes ago when it came to the moss. I remember about 4 years ago when I was out here. I was in this general location. I forgot how far away I was though from where I'm standing. And I was doing one of my crazy videos. And out of nowhere, someone said, "Don't step on me." Yeah, someone out here said, "Don't step on me." And I'm trying to think about that though. Don't step on me. I know there was moss and stuff out there. Just like this. All over the place. The lichen moss. All the different species. But now that I see like the side profiles, the ones that look like humans, the human faces. So far I've tracked down 3 on the mountain in the past 6 or 7 months. But it makes me wonder, what if that's a location where one of the faces is? One of the side profiles. What if that's one of the locations? And it's covered up with the nature. Dang, look at that. I've been thinking about this for about 3 years. That one EVP that I got in that video. Don't step on me. Ever since then, I've been trying to be extremely careful when I come to the mountain. Not to step on anything. But you can't help it when you step on the granite. That's the thing though. I don't know if it was a mountain that was saying that. Or if it was moss. Or it could have been a bug, an insect. But what if it was actually like the side profile of something? What if it was like a human figure? I know you guys think I'm crazy when I talk like that though. I've learned my lesson in my videos. I've been learning a lot. Thankfully, I've been learning a lot by creating my own videos. Definitely teach me a lot about life. And many other things. It's almost like it's weird. I don't know what I'm trying to say or anything like that at the moment. It always had me thinking about life itself. Don't step on me. Let's hope it's not just the mountain that's saying that. Who knows? It could have been God saying that, because God is the all. God is everything. But that wouldn't be fair. That right there wouldn't make any sense at all. Because in order to not step on God, if God is everything, and that includes everything, the granite, the mountain, anything that is the all. If that was the case, the only way out of it is to what? Fly. way out of it is to fly. Dang, look at the size of that one. Don't step on me. Who the heck was that? I'm trying to think about cool places to go before I set the camera up. Oh, there's a cool picture right there. The cedar trees right next to each other. Well, not really, but you know, in the image. Gotta keep them as close to each other as possible. I know I've been all over this mountain. I just met a elderly lady out here about 30 minutes ago. Talked for about 25. And she told me that she's been all over this place. In the woods and everything, just like me. You're gonna say, but Da Vinci, that's the female version of who you are. You guys crazy. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for cool images. And of course, anybody and everybody can get a whole bunch of better images out here at a certain angle. If there wasn't the radio tower, so many nice images I can get that I failed to take because of the dang radio tower. You're gonna say, but Da Vinci, all you gotta do is Photoshop that thing out of the image. Well, I know you got a point, you do. But you gotta remember about the transition of the lighting of the sky. Even though it's perfectly blue. At different angles. Different depths. It's not perfectly equal. I don't think I've been this far down. Well, take that back. Not this far down. I don't think I've been on the top side of this thing right here. it is right there. Like I said, it's going to take a lot of time to spot what needs to be spotted out here. Some things are going to take a lot less time than others, really. Dang, look at the size of this fake arrowhead right here. Look at the size of this thing right here. Taking reference pictures. That's one that probably was used to kill the dinosaurs. Just kidding. Dang. What style is that? Mara Mountain? Woodland? Some of the time you don't need perfect lighting to make it a perfect image. My ankle's gonna be sore tomorrow. The one on the right is burning already. I just want to know how stuff like this ends up here. I don't know if people do this or what. Thought I saw something. Look what some kids did. Made some kind of, what do you call that? Slingshot? A lot of human activity out here. A lot of young people like to come out here and spray paint. I'm not about to go up there. The scale of the landscape makes you believe it's closer than it really is. Definitely take too long to get up there. It was this that I noticed right here. Little quartz vein, perfect line right through the mountain right here. You talk about being straight. Talk about perfect. No kids made this. Still has a barcode sticker on it. old lame geocaching box. Better hurry up. Got 30 minutes before I have to start setting up the camera. At this point, or at this rate, I might have to run all the way back. Quite the challenge. Got a cool image right here. Dang. But everything around here is a cool image. Made it to a spot I never even noticed before. Out here. Look but don't touch. Even background and foreground is perfect. How old, I don't know. Cool place to chill. Well, there's one thing I gotta pick up though. No, it's not a condom. You guys nasty. It's a glove. Dang it. One of the most perfect spots on the mountain right here. I don't mean dang it because of that. But there's still garbage here. Never made it this far before. Who knows what's on that side? Looks like I'm gonna have to wear some gray. Later. If you know what I meant. Gotta leave the shoe. I think it's an old hiking shoe from like 1979. Couldn't even get it out. Still has some of the leather side to it though. But there were 6 empty bottles up in here. Empty plastic bottles. Littering their little heaven out here. Filled up the entire bag. At least I could do my part on that. Dang, look at this perfect piece of geometry right here. I've always wondered what this mountain would be like if they didn't blast half of it away. Well, you know, not half of it. Gotta get going. Gotta get the time lapse ready to go. But instead, they got me picking up garbage. And there's more crap. Looks like I went too far than I should have. By the time I get up to my setup point, I'm going to have less than 30 seconds to set the camera up. Impossible. $5.55. Let's do this thing right. Angle's got to be absolutely perfect. Time to go. That wind is brutal. It's about 37 degrees right now. Pines on the right. Got to get the skylines. Where's my professional camera?